So we're now going to add the next section of the circuit, which is the AND gate. And I actually had highlighted this earlier, but we're going to be building those connections. Now, the AND gate in this circuit, in the final circuit, we're going to use the AND gate to turn the clock on and off. If you have a high on the input of an AND gate and the clock is on the other pin, the output's going to go 0, 1, 0, 1 with the clock. If you make the one of the inputs 0, it stops the clock. What we're going to do is just tie it to 5 volts so it always passes the clock pulse. So before you do anything, we'll make sure your inverter still works. Okay, we're going to unplug the MyDAC because I don't want to be building the circuit while the power is on. And so here's the AND gate chip. One of the things I didn't mention before, make sure when you plug it in, the pin 1 indicator, which is usually indicated by a little dot here, or you can see a notch, make sure that's facing up and so that pin 1 is here and counts all the way around to pin 14 here. Okay, the other thing is, just like the inverter, you don't see the power pins on the schematic. So that's the first thing we're going to have to do. Take a look at this diagram, and oops, put it this way. And this you can get online. It's a 74LS08 pin out, and it shows that ground is pin 7 and VCC is pin 14. So I'm going to make those connections. VCC, and ground. The next connection I need to make is from the inverter output to pin 1 of the AND gate. And if you remember, we took that inverter output down to the LED, so I'm going to grab it from that point. So that I need 1, 2, 3 spacing. It's a breadboard, 3 breadboard slots, and so the orange jumper has the right number of slots. I'm just going to turn it this way so I can get my fingers in there. Oops. Okay. And the last thing I'm going to need to do is, oh, actually, wait, before I do that, I'm going to connect pin 2 to VCC. So I'm going to do that with just a jumper from that pin out to the 5 volt line, VCC. And then the output, which is pin 3, I'm going to jumper it, just like I did up here. I'm going to use a jumper to bring it down here and put the LED down here where I've got some space on the breadboard. So the blue jumper goes in from here, bring it to this point, and the LED, I'm going to cut the leads down so it doesn't have these big long wires. And remember to take note of where the flat is. That's the negative side. It has to point toward ground. And then we need another resistor. One point 1.8K, well, this one isn't at 1.5 as I mentioned before. 1.8K resistor to limit the current. Cut the leads down. Okay, now we're ready to test this part of the circuit. Plug the MyDAC in. And give it a moment to power up. And now you can see the signal, the clock signal is passing through the AND gate.